Howdy folks, this is D. Novice, just taking off from Thetis in a 1.5 kiloton ship that wasn't designed for 1.5 kilotons, barely made it out of atmosphere, but I have pretty good piloting skills and the ship is boosted very well. Any Chimera members that want to bring your ship over and get it boosted, just jump in chat with us on the Discord, and we'll, as soon as we get somebody on that can boost it for you, we'll be happy to come over and boost it all the way to, 5s for you. And that'll help you a lot, being able to, save fuel, fly higher, fly faster, yada, 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 the whole 9 yards, help you out with your ship a lot. But your piloting skills factor into that as well. So having both the ship boosted and your piloting skills fairly high helps. For example, my atmospheric engine piloted is at 100%, and my space engine is working on closing out the stuff to get to 100% too. And I also have the vertical booster pilot up there to 93%, so that helps me get off with heavier loads. So anyway, I've kind of quit running missions because they've gotten diluted so much. When they added the new planet, they only added 1 slot, and then so that diluted the missions to the point where they're almost, I don't even bother running them. Can't make millions and millions doing it, so I'm just going to pick up ore in my warp shuttle. So yeah, is it going to take me 57 warp cells to get back to Alioth? Okay, my time right now is worth more than the warp cells are, so that's what I'm doing. So getting ready to jump now. I have again 1.5 kilotons of stuff here, and I'm going to go to the base. So let me put that in as my next point here. And what I'm doing is entering that as a temporary waypoint in ArchHUD. And now I'm all set when we get there. I do have my sound turned down so that you can actually hear me talk and not hear the sound of the warping and everything. But here we go. Warping along. This is a carrier that Convene made out for asteroid hunting, and I converted it into a warp freighter, if you want to call it that. So it is not a big ship. It's fairly economical in warp cells when you consider how much I'm carrying right now. I've got 176 kiloliters of malachite, and I've got 500,000 kiloliters of coal. So I've got a lot on the ship, and I actually put all that in here on purpose because I wanted to see if it could handle it. I didn't really need the coal, but I brought it anyway. And I'll probably end up having to just sell that at market because I don't have anything else to do with it. So I'm going to hit my autopilot and go to my point here. I am not going to let autopilot land me on Alioth. I have not had good luck with the autopilot landing me on Alioth if I'm not totally empty. And even totally empty, I've had some issues. So all the other planets have been all right, but this one not so much. So I'm going to let it take me where it needs to take me, and then I'm going to go ahead and land myself. I should have refueled before I took off, but I didn't. I've got fuel in my container, as you can see. But I didn't put it in there, so I'll have to do that later. And that's another thing. I put way too much fuel in my container, and I'm carrying it around burning extra warp cells for no reason. No particular good reason. So anyway, I've got to where I jumped to Mattis, I jumped to Thetis, I jumped to Tioma, jumped to Jago, I jumped to Talame, and I just go pick up the ore in this, and a very small percentage of the ore sold that I bring back will pay for the warp cells that I use. And to me, that's more valuable than the time it would take for me to slow boat out there and come back with a load. It'll take 4 or 6 hours, whatever, to run my ship out there one way. So it's just not worth it. So I've been doing it this way for a little while. I know not everybody can and will want to warp their stuff back. The most economical way to warp is to build a space-only warp ship and then jump from space station to space station, but that involves putting space stations up, which, oh, by the way, Commanders Aaron and Convene said that they were going to do for me. So As soon as we get that, then I will build a space-only warp ship, and it will be a lot more economical because it probably won't have any voxel at all. It'll probably just have whatever elements I need in the containers, and it'll use gravity inverted containers. Not all of these, only one container on here is gravity inverted, and I have 6 regular medium containers, 1 gravity inverted medium container that I bought, and then 1 large container. So I actually need to turn them all into gravity inverted containers so that it reduces the amount of weight that I'm carrying. I'm going to go ahead and shut down my engine because I don't trust this thing to stop. If you look at your current brake distance on the right, it says it's 39.5 kilometers, or it's climbing up to 40 because the gravity's pulling me. I think I'm going to go ahead and just mark Chimera headquarters directly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I keep myself XXX. See, I'm going to crash into the planet at some point. I'm going to kind of keep myself, I'm going to hit Alt-4, cancel the, I'm going to go ahead and just manually do this. I'm going to point myself up. There you go. See, now I'm not crashing into the planet. I'm just going to go ahead and work my way around here. When I get close enough, I'll enter the planet manually. And I'm just going to, so now I'm up to 58 kilometers to stop. That's not correct because it doesn't take into account my load properly. So I think when I get to about 80 kilometers, maybe even half an SU, I'm going to go ahead and hit my brakes, and then I'll just enter the atmosphere. So I'm slowly going to be pulled down here just due to the planet's gravity. And I don't want to get so low that I start touching the atmosphere because then I'll enter it too fast, and I'm going too fast right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my brake. We're just going to be a little conservative here since I have a very, very heavy load. I did put extra brakes on here, so I'm hoping that I can brake land this okay, but this is an awful lot for this ship. An awful lot. So I put 4 more large brakes on it. I only had 8. Now I have 12, so we'll see how that works. Oh shit. So I'm entering the atmosphere in 15 seconds whether I like it or not. Come on, slow down, slow down. Keep going slower, come on. Slow me down, slow me down. Slow me down. I don't know about this. I'm going slow enough, I should be okay. I'm going to try to see if I can... nope, I'm going to have to hit my brake. I'm just going to hit my regular brake. Regular brake. Okay, it is slowing me pretty darn good, actually. Oh, yeah. See, I got my brake going good. Okay, so... there we go. Hit my brake, get my forward thrust kind of built up here. Let's get it kind of going, and then I'll let it off and see if I can get some forward momentum going here. So I'm going to dive just a little bit. I know I can stop again if I have to. I'm kind of worried about being able to use my boosters to even get up high enough. Okay. So am I going to be able to do this? Let's just hit my brake. Let's just hit my brake. Let's just hit my brake. We're too low. We're too low. We're too low. Oh, we hit hard. We broke something. Crap. That's not good. I'll use the gold scrap on the initial repair. Well, that sucks. So I purposely loaded the ship up heavy this time, so that's my fault. But I did it to see what the capabilities were, and apparently that's beyond the capability. So what I've really learned is that I can take out at least 2 of the medium containers because the ship's not going to handle that much weight anyway. I might as well just take out Might even take out 4 of the medium containers, and then we can figure it out from there. So I'm just doing the initial repair with the gold scrap, the tier 4 strap, because it's a little cheaper than the tier 5. Oh, well, that one's been destroyed too many times. I can't fix it. Good thing I put new brakes on here. Got some extras. Alright, so let's go with 1, and we'll trash that element. Alright, let's get this repaired. Alright, so there's some stuff inside that probably got to get repaired too. Now I'm going to my tier 5 scrap. This is the good stuff. This is definitely what you want to use most of the time. Let's see here. So I didn't kill my seat. I did kill my... killed that container. Yeah, this manganese scrap is awesome. And this engine's bad. See, these big engines are hard to repair, the large, but this scrap just makes it so easy. Alright, so that looks good over there. Thought that was broken, but it's not. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish these off. So if you're buying like tier 4, tier 5 scrap, try to do your initial repair with your lower tier scrap, like your tier 1 scrap even, and then do your final repair, which takes longer, with your tier 5 scrap. Not what I'm doing here, where I'm doing it all, but that will be your most economical route to save you some money and use less scrap. If you're like me, you push your ship to the limits. Last night, I used Taco's Mega ship, his Skyfall Magnum, I'm sorry, that's Skyfall Magnum. And I loaded it with almost, 13.5 kilotons of stuff and brought it back from Haven. And it took off like a champ. It went almost straight up all the way in the atmosphere, and at the very top I finally had to level out and let it build up a little slower, but it got all the way up to almost space before it did it, like 15% atmosphere, so pretty impressive. But when I went to land on Alioth, we determined that it needs more brakes because it bounced just a little and broke a few components, and including the seat I was in, killing me. So, you know, stuff happens. You kind of got to look into what your ship capabilities are. You can go in the build manager and look at all that stuff, but, you know, why do that when you can just test drive it, you know? That's my philosophy. And Turtle will probably laugh at me when he sees this video, won't you, Turtle? Because you see me crash a lot. But if you're not flying, you're not living. So let's see if I can even take off with the weight I have. I can't even get it off the ground. I cannot take off. See? I need more vertical boosters. So, alright. What I'll do is I will go ahead and deactivate this. I will force respawn back to the ship over the base. And I'll bring it over here. And I'll grab the ore out of it. Alright. Not too far from the base. I think I was 20-some kilometers. So if you ever want to find your construct, you just go looking for it, right? Hopefully you've got less than we have. But if I want to find the Ammo's Dragonfly, I'll look for Ammo's Dragonfly. And it's going to be a ship-looking one like this, right? These are static. These are dynamic. That's the sleigh, the Jingle Hop. Let's see here. Short bus. where is Skyfall, Tiny Dancer, Wipe Elevator, yada yada yada, yada yada yada. Should be ammo, so it should be up here higher actually. Dragonfly. Those are my ammo's Dragonfly. There it is. And it's on 24.75 kilometers away. So we'll head on over there. Alright. Gotta get around this honking big building here. I'm gonna turn all that off so it's not looking too confusing here. So I'm just gonna stay at AGG height and try to work my way over here and get above it. Then I'll move the stuff. I'm still connected to the container on the Dragonfly, so I'll just get within 2 kilometers of it, pull the stuff up into here. I have the res node on this ship set, so I'll jump down and fly that one back to the base and then respawn in this ship and bring it back to the base. So slow myself down a little. Don't need to expend the fuel. I'm not worried about the little red stuff there. Little atmospheric friction. It's good for you. Builds character. As long as it's not too much. So yeah, I'll turn on my view, and this is very crowded around Market 6, obviously. So headed on over here, gonna grab the stuff off this ship. And probably just about time to hit my G right about now. Hey, look at that. That wasn't bad. I got fairly close to it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn around so I can go back to the base easier. And let it settle back down into AGG. It's set for 1,000 meters, 1 kilometer. Alright. Sometimes ships will fall through the AGG. They're not supposed to, but sometimes if you get them too heavy, they will. So I'm 1.3 kilometers away, so as soon as my ship stops, I'm looking at the top right up here. And it shows my movement when it gets less than 1, like it does right now. Then I'll know I'm good to get out, and my ship's most likely not going to fall out of the sky. But I do look out. If it starts moving, I jump back in the seat and hit G. I have respawned back into the ship, especially above Market 6, and the damn thing will fall out of AGG, even if it has hardly anything in it. Sometimes it's happened above the base once too. So anytime I spawn in the ship, that's why the respawn node is right behind the seat. I jump in the seat real quick if the sky's moving any at all, right? Just in case. So I'm gonna jump up on the roof here, and then we'll jump down here. Oops, no, never mind. What am I doing? I'm doing this backwards, aren't I? All right, let's go down here to the container. Let's bring all the stuff out of the ship and put into this one. All the stuff we need, that is. That'll leave it light enough, and then we'll jump down there. And we're only 1.2 kilometers away, and 1 kilometer of that is just height, because we're up at 1 kilometer. I could pull out my pocket rocket and fly over there, but it's only 607 meters, and now I'm bouncing sideways. Yay! So the physics in here apparently think that I'm a rubber ball. If I hit the ground at an oblique angle on a hill or something, it decides to bound me like I'm a rubber ball. So good stuff, fun stuff, right? So gonna make our way back over here, and we'll go park the ship. So I made a video earlier about, mining duties, and that's what I do. I charge stuff and I go pick up ore. I picked up ore on Alioth yesterday. I picked up bauxite, I picked up hematite, I picked up coal, I picked up quartz, I picked up limestone. Today I picked up acanthite, or silver if you want to call it that. And, I'm just went to Mattis earlier and came back with ore, chromite. Went to Thetis and came back with what I have in the ship up there now. And like I said, I did overload the ship on purpose just to see what it would do. And I found out that I had just a bit too much in it. All I need to do is put take a couple of the containers off because I just can't fill them up anyway, so why carry the weight? And then put maybe one more large vertical booster on it. And I should be good. So let's go ahead and put that in as a temp location. And with Arch HUD, all you gotta do is be in the Lua, hit enter. Make sure you're in the Lua tab. Hit /, Control V to put your coordinates you just copied in, which I copied the headquarters location, Chimera Market. Hit enter. And then it's got it loaded. So now I hit Alt-1 and it brings up that temp location I've got loaded. If I get out of the seat, it'll disappear and I have to do it again, right? There's a way to put it into a database permanently. I don't mess with it normally. So I'm hitting Alt-4 to have it go to that location. Now I can get off the ground easily because I've taken some of the weight off the ship. I probably should put some Atmo fuel in here, but I can make it 24 kilometers on what I have, so I'm not worried about it. So it's going to take me up to 1.1 kilometer to try to avoid towers. Some of the towers can be above 1.1, so you kind of got to watch that too. So what I could do is hit Alt-4 to go up a little higher, and then once I get to say 1500 or so, I can hit Alt-4 and just proceed to that waypoint at that altitude, which in this case is almost 2,000 meters, 2 kilometers. So we got the ship back, we're headed over there. We did have some damaged parts, boo. Do have to replace one brake that I had to take off because it broke too many. Luckily I put extras on there, we would have hit way harder than we did, but we still hit a little hard. So 1.5 kilotons is way too much for the ship. So we're going to take 2 of those containers off. What I may do is go buy more gravity inverted containers. Okay, so I'm hoping that I'm high enough to get over this building because the angle I'm coming in, I'm a little high. So I'm glad I went up to 2,000 because I know I'm going to miss the building. We haven't finished putting the roof on it yet, but it's coming soon. Finalizing approach. Alright, that should land me there. As soon as we get landed, I'll just force respawn back to the other ship. And I'm just going to turn this so it looks a little more purty. Line it up with the runway somewhat. We're going to be parked on the side of the runway, so I could line it up this way. Still look good. Just don't want it to be haphazardly parked like I do most of my other ships, right? Let's see here. Looks like I'm not going to hit anything. And I'm going to be parked in a decent spot. So if you're smart, you'll pick multiple spots that are open to land on, like Chimera headquarters, spot 1, spot 2, spot 3, because if I try to park all my ships in the same spot, they're kind of going to stack up, right? Alright. So we made it to Chimera headquarters. That is a honking big building. The market's open. Come buy stuff. I'll tell you what. I'll challenge you this. Check our prices. If our prices aren't cheaper than the market, go buy it at the market. I'm pretty confident that in most cases our prices are going to be significantly cheaper. If you're a Chimera member, they're going to be way, way cheaper. If you're not a Chimera member, they should still be cheaper in most cases, not all. So check prices and make sure you're buying the cheapest, because I don't want you to buy it here if it's more expensive for you, but I guarantee if you're a member, it's almost always going to be cheaper. We literally charge what it cost us for the ore, and when I say what it cost us for the ore, that's not transportation and my time to charge them or anything like that. That's simply what it costs to pay the upkeep on those territories that those miners are on over time. So that's how we divide the cost up. So let me force respawn into my other ship. But then we just add a small percentage in there, I think 10% or less, and then well, we add the schematic cost in there too, you know, what it costs to get it through the factory and get it produced. But most of the times that ends up being cheaper. For example, large containers, I think they were running about $500,000 in the maybe it's XXL, but they were running about $500,000 yesterday, and today, or when we checked our price, I think our price was going to be around $300K for members. I think for non-members, it was going to be around the market price, quite honestly. So again, check prices and make sure it's good. So let's see here. I want to go to Chimera headquarters again. I'm going to park in the same exact spot as the other ship, but I'm going to leave this one up on auto hover. I mean on anti-gravity. So I'll put that location in. Alt 1, Alt 4. And we're going to go ahead and throttle up, but I know I'm going to hit the building if I don't go higher, so I'm going to go Alt 4 and let it go a little higher. Actually, let's abort this. Hang on. Let's stop at the market. I need to get rid of this coal anyway. Is that market 6? Oh, there's market 6. Alright, so I want to park kind of on this side of it, so we'll do that. And we'll take the brake off and head for it. I am going to go a little higher, so I don't think there's anything between here and the market, but I'd rather be a little higher just to be safe. Don't want to hit another ship parked at, 1,000 meters. I think I got fairly close to one last night when this happened with the Skyfall Mega. Now, why am I not stopping at that market? Because that market doesn't have the best prices for ore. If you look here at coal, which is what I have 500,000 kiloliters of, I can sell it at market 6, market 5. Oh, market 5 has wants 300,000 for 11. Okay, stop. Where's market 5? I should go there. Get a little more money. Let's see here. So we'll go to points of interest. Market 5. I think it's pretty close too, so it's probably the one we just passed. Oh well. Alright, so let's go turn around. I mean, if I can get 2 more per liter and I have 500,000 liters, that adds up pretty quick, so let's go. Now I can only do that for 300,000 of it, but hey, why not, right? So just so you guys know, here's the one way that you can make money. Like if I was to go right now and I was to buy coal at, let's say market 6 or 15, market 15, market 5, market 1. I could buy that and sell it and make 1 liter more. You know, so if I'm making my own fuel and fuel doesn't really cost me anything, then I can make a little bit of money doing that, right? Depends on how much volume I can push, right? How big a ship I have. But I can make money just going from market to market. I can find something cheaper somewhere else that I can buy cheaper, and I can sell it at the higher rate. And the risk I take is that while I'm going and buying it, taking over there, somebody else sells. Like right now, I could get there and somebody else just sold 300,000 coal, and I'm kind of screwed, right? So that's always going to be a risk that you take. But I mean, that's a bad example because you're only making 1 per liter, but 1 per liter starts adding up, right? That's 500,000 if you could sell 500 of them. In this case, it's 300,000. Let's turn it around here. All right, so I am now moving at less than 1 kilometer an hour. One of the things you should always do, and I've been guilty of not doing this, is just make sure that your res node is set. In this case, I'm set for the ship I'm in, the Ammo's ore hauler, and I'm good to go. So I'm going to drop down on the market, because otherwise my ship's going to be stuck up here, and the only way I can get up here is to fly my pocket rocket up to it and have to dock it to it, which is Alt-T. So it gets to be a pain. So I hit the space bar just to keep me from falling through the voxel, but I still fell through it. Look at that. And now I'm upstairs and I don't know how to get out. How the heck do I get out of here? Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. There's market machines up here. Did not even know that. Alright, so let's go to coal. And I know I can sell... Okay, I could have swore this was where I could sell it. Okay, come on. Did I go to the wrong place? Market? Oh, Mattis. I'm such an idiot. Oh, you guys probably saw that and laughed at me the whole time I've just been doing that, right? Duh. What's hilarious is I was on Mattis. I could have sold all of this, 300,000 of it on Madison, and not had any problems with my ship. So that's me being stupid again. All right. Just not paying attention, right? So let's go to market 6. Try to get right towards the base, right? So I want to park on that side. So when I leave, I'm not flying through everybody else. So I'll just set that side. And we will head that away. All right, so you guys get the gist of this. I'm gonna go sell some more, and well, not all of this. Not everything's gonna get sold, but I have ore in the ship. That's another thing. I gotta connect to the container before I jump to the market, or it's not gonna do me any good. So I'm gonna sell the coal I have in here. I'm gonna take the malachite back to the factory. I would keep the coal, but number one, we've got a whole coal bloom on Alioth, and we've got more coal than we could shake a stick at. So I'll sell it, make some money. I can sell 500,000, and I'll get, you know, roughly 9 for it, 9 per liter. So about 4.5 million for that, roughly, ish. Don't let me do public math, please. I'm going to get the altitude up just a bit here, just to make sure I don't run into any other ships parked above the market. Okay, so notice I hit Alt-4 and it just leveled me out. I have to hit Alt-4 again to actually get it to go to the waypoint and stop there. So we are headed that way. So day in the life of, every day it's ore chores, right? Every single day it's ore chores. I'm not the only one again that does everything. I get a lot of help. Zer probably does several hundred charges a week. Kaveen probably does several hundred charges a week. I do several hundred charges a week. So it really, really takes a whole team to keep the organization running here. Especially now that we're selling stuff and the ore is going to start flowing more rapidly as we start building more products to replace what you guys are buying. So, let's see here. Come on. All right, so notice that there are ships below me and around me. Some of them are parked higher. Some of them are parked lower on their AGG. But the main thing about it is you just don't want to be where you're going to run into another ship. I bet this one's right at 1,000. And it's really close to me too. Look at that. It's even interfering. Oh, no, it's a little lower. So the reason I parked here is so I could go right over there to our base. Boom, right over there. Let's see here. So those are parked a little higher. So smart people park higher. Stupid people like me park right at 1,000. But I'm only going to be here a few minutes. I really didn't mean to get right on top of it. I'd like to actually move over just a little. There you go. We'll call that good. Just get... So if someone picks the exact spot, which I happen to click on the exact spot where I didn't want to pick, which is right on the market, if somebody else picks that, they won't land right on top of me. All right, watch the horizon. Make sure we're not going to fall before we jump out. Looks good. What could go wrong, right? We're going to test this when we, so I'm going to go ahead and hit my jump jets when I'm partway down so I don't fall through the voxel. If you land on a ship, it's always best too. If you can land right on another ship, it seems to help you. Oh, nope, I made it, didn't fall through. All right. Let's get up here and let's sell some more. All right, off. What did I tell myself? I told myself, hey, you gotta connect the container before you go down. Sorry, a lot of stuff going through my head today and just not into it. But I gotta get all this done. All right, now let's do this. All right, so there's my $500,000. There's my malachite. I don't need all of that malachite. I might sell like half of it, so maybe 80 kiloliters I'll sell. Just put the other in the factory. I definitely don't need all of that. And we'll put the money down on territories and pay territory fees. I put 30 million, or between the last few days I put 58 million, something like that, in. Kaveen put like 100 million a while back. I think over the last week I've put 140, 150, something like that. So we all try to do our part. And that's what this money's going to. It's going to go pay territory fees for the work. So we'll sell 216,349. All right, got a couple million for that, and we'll see. Sell that, another couple million, and we'll sell the rest. And then I said we would sell some malachite. I'm going to to keep 100. I'm just going to sell like 70 maybe. And it goes for obviously a lot more. Okay, hang on. So I'm going to sell 70. So when I get down to here, I'll sell 60. That'll be good enough. Sell 10 here. And when I get here, I'll sell 60. I have 150. I'm only going to sell 50. I'll put the rest in there. I'll put the rest in the factory. All right, so now I'm up to 20 mil, and I'll go put that later on. So I've been sending money to other folks to build schematics for the factory. It takes a lot of money to build tier 2, 3, 4, 4, and 5 schematics. They get costly, very costly. So I'll probably use some of this money for schematics between me and sending some to other members to build. And then I'll put some of the money on territories. All right, so we're done here. Always make sure your nanopack is empty. All right, nothing in here that's going to go away. Force respawn back upstairs. And then we'll head back to the base, and that'll be all she wrote. And we'll go on to our next task for the day. And I won't be doing that one on video. I just wanted you guys to see. I think it's kind of unique that I'm actually going and doing work in the warp shuttle. I know there's some other folks that may be doing that too. I mean, sometimes when I go to the asteroids, like if I go asteroid hunting for in the safe zone and it's at Mattis, I'll warp to Mattis and then I'll shut the warp off when I get as close to the point where I need to find the asteroid as I can. Sometimes I can get within 10 or 20 SU of it doing that and still not be quite at Mattis, because you can stop a warp in the middle. So maybe we'll make a video of doing that at some point. So let's see here. So let's put that coordinate in. And let's go ahead and spin up and turn our brake off, and we should be there. Now, if I come in at this angle, I'm not going to hit the building, so I'm not going to worry about hitting the building. Actually, no, I'll be good. I'll just miss it. Barely, just miss it. Autopilot canceled due to possible collision. It's good to know that that's working. It wasn't always working there, so it's working now, so that's good. I'm gonna need to find a different parking spot that's not quite so far close to that building. Maybe I'll park on the ramp on the other side. So now I'm settling down to AGG height. I'm good to go, and I'm gonna get out. And this is what happens over Market 6, and this is what happens over the base sometimes. It just freezes because there's so many constructs in this region. So many constructs. So, you know, the game allows it, and it's going to happen. It's always happened here with this game, so they're going to have to figure out how to keep the constructs from impacting gameplay like this. Hopefully, we've been trying to provide some helpful input to the DU administration staff so that the devs can use our input, and hopefully that will help them to define the problem so they can find a fix for it better, faster, whatever, or at least help delineate the problem, you know, to a better degree, at least from our perspective. So I try to mention in these videos when I see something. I don't know if the DU guys are watching this. If you are, hope this helps. But you see how long I've been stuck here trying to get out of the ship? It's just frozen. But if I stay here long enough, I'm good. Sometimes I get so disgruntled at this process that I hit Control-Alt-Delete, kill the game, and then have to get back in. Shouldn't have to do that. And I don't. If I just sit here long enough, I'm good, right? So how long is this going to take? I should have put a timer on and actually timed it. But I'm still frozen trying to get out of the seat right now. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Tick tock, tick tock. I feel like the Jeopardy music should be playing, and maybe I'll get a prize when I get out of the ship. I'm not sure. Coffee pause there. So, hope everybody had a good New Year. Hope everybody had a good holiday. Learned a long time ago, especially in my military service, that the money and the gifts are not nearly as important as family is. So, and the friends. So, I hope you enjoyed the important parts of Christmas, and the New Year's. I'm not going to go into the religious aspect of things, but I think that's the real reason everything happens for Christmas. But I'll leave it at that. So, still stuck in the ship after all this time, and I'm just rambling on and on about random topics, trying to kill time here and make it look like this is all part of the stream, but it's or the video, but it's not. It's something I've been dealing with quite a bit though. So what can be done to remedy the situation of these freezes like this? What can be done to remedy that when I force respawn back to my ship after jumping down into the market while I'm in AGG, the ship falls out of AGG and hits the ground and crashes if I don't get in the seat fast enough? Matter of fact, one time it was so desynced I couldn't get in the seat fast enough no matter what happened, and my ship broke, right? Until elements quit breaking due to the game. Yes, sometimes I break elements. I had it on my video today. I broke those elements. I should be held responsible. But until the game quits breaking elements, because most of my element breakage on my ships, probably 80% has been the game, maybe 90. Only about 10% or maybe 10 to 20% has been my fault. I had one yesterday, I had one today, but most of the times that I've had crashes lately haven't been how my ship was loaded or autopilot or anything like that. It was the game. Flying underneath Mattis's ground was not fun, and coming out broke every element. I've had a couple of breaks after that I didn't catch on camera. I've had multiple breaks after that I didn't catch on camera. It's getting frustrating, and I really wish that they would do like they had in beta, where they turn the element lives off until such a time as elements aren't breaking due to the game. So I think that's fair, right? Why should I have to go buy a new part and put on my ship when I didn't cause it to happen? It was just the game that caused it to happen. And we're still stuck here. Oh, come on. Okay, I haven't had it take this long, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream. I'm going to hit Control-Alt-Delete and end the game. And I'm going to get out and not even play, because this is frustrating. So anyway, hope everybody has a good day, and I hope you're having a little more luck than me.